Welcome to the Dress Up Mom.
I have been washing my dry clean only clothes for about 4 years, and it's been working great for me. Up until that point, I probably went to the dry cleaners once a week at least. I spent a ton of money, and I really was never all that happy with how they turned out. I tried to find really good dry cleaners, but I didn't like the way the things smelled when they came back, the way they felt, and more importantly, a lot of my vintage and nicer resale pieces got ruined at the dry cleaners. If you love clothes like I do, nobody can take better care of your clothes than you yourself. It's kind of like your kids. The reason that I am able to do this is because of one of my favorite brands, which is The Laundress. I have pretty much every product that they make. This is a line of laundry and like house cleaning detergents and tools. Their website is amazing. It has all these tutorials on exactly how to do all of this. Now I want to say that I am not being paid to do this video by Laundress. I pay for the products full price just like everybody else. I'm just a huge fan and would love to have people try it if you're spending a lot of money on dry cleaning. I used to spend a lot of money, like I said, on dry cleaning. To first get all of their products is a little bit of an investment. I will say I've bought them over the years, but it pays for itself many times over if you do this for a number of years. So today I've been accumulating, I have this big bag. I like to do it sort of in big blocks instead of one-offs, but I have a bag in here, and I'll show you what's all in here, of clothes that normally I would take, and I think most people would take to the dry cleaner, and I'm actually gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. Before we get into that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are one of my subscribers and watch regularly, I love you, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed already and you're new to the channel, please do so. It's the button right there. It's free. It means the world to me. We are also on social media, all the places, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dress Up Mom, hashtag The Dress Up Mom. So I'm going to open up my bag and show you what I have in here. And I'll start by saying I have a little bit of angst doing this, honestly. There are quite a few pieces in here that I have already washed before, and they're gonna be fine, I already know that. But there are a couple of new pieces in here. I'm a little bit nervous. I thought about taking them to the dry cleaners, but they're very intricate, and I'm just afraid that I think I'm gonna do a better job, but it may not 100% work. You'll be real time seeing. The first thing is, this is a Dior knit dress that I love, that I've had for many years. It's knit with this fabric inside of it. I have washed this before, so I know it's gonna come out great. First time I did it, I'm like, oh, is this really gonna work out? It works out really well. So we're gonna put that actually in the washing machine with a bunch of other knit sweaters. My husband's one of his favorite sweaters. I think I have quite a few. This one has some cashmere in it and a couple other things like that. Sweaters. We are going to put these into the washing machine, and you'll see that in just a minute. The two new pieces that I'm a little worried about. This is one. This is an incredible 1970s caftan that I got. It's a long caftan. It's in great shape. Goes down. You'll see it has like this ribbon, and it has little beads and things like that. I'm afraid that if I took this to the dry cleaner, these would come out just really messed up. And I have a great dry cleaner. We're gonna do an episode with him, but still, I'm afraid of that. I'm also curious, I'm hoping none of this is gonna run, but we are going to hand wash this piece, and I'll show you and walk you through that. The other one that I haven't washed before and that's new to me is this kimono, another kimono that I got resale. This is silk. It's quite old. I think that this is going to be fine, but it has like these little buttons. Silk actually washes well. It's just going to be steaming. This might be a little bit hard, but again, it's very delicate. I've already had to repair it a couple times, so we're going to hand wash that. First thing to do with all the pieces is to see if you have any stains and treat those with the stain solution. So there's a little bit, tiny stain here. You can see it on the caftan. And I'm just gonna kind of go like this Put some of that on there. Use the stain brush, the laundry stain brush. I'm just gonna kind of get that in there and see if we can't. And I can already see that that stain is pretty much gone. So I will do that with all of this clothes. Everything is going to get turned inside out. Before we do the hand wash pieces, I'm going to get these started in the actual washing machine. So here's that Dior dress. I'm going to take, it's inside out like everything else is here right now. I'm going to take and put it in this nice mesh bag. This is going to keep it very safe so that no other knit will get on it, and also if there's buttons or anything, nothing will mess this up. You put it in these bags and somehow it still gets clean. I don't know, learned that on the website, but it works. And then the only other one I'm going to put into one of these mesh bags is this little sweater that has buttons and is a little bit more delicate. So I'm going to put that in one of these bags as well. The rest of these knits I'm just going to keep without a bag and put them all in together. I've washed all of these before. They come out great. Knits, cashmere, all of this. Some of these in the past I've done by hand, which is probably a good idea too, but I've worn these now a lot, so I'm just going to throw these all into the washing machine. Take you over there. Here we're using the Wool and Cashmere shampoo. This was the first product I bought and tried out. The best thing ever. Smells great, works incredibly well. I'm going to put it on the delicate cycle. So be a little bit noisy here for a minute. We're going to go on delicate and put it all the way up to delicate. While it's filling up, I'm going to take 8 capfuls of this. I don't have an HE, bothers me, I need a better washer, but I don't have an HE washer. So I'm going to put 8, it's on the back here, 8 capfuls of this Wool and Cashmere shampoo in this with the water, while the water is going in it. It is getting good and sudsy in there. I don't know if you can maybe see that. So, next, just throwing these things in, just the way they are. I'm going to throw them in here. I like to put the ones in the bags kind of at the bottom. Throw these on the top. We're going to let that product work its magic. So for the Captain and the Kimono, their delicate wash is what I'm going to be using. The second product that I bought from them that's also just terrific. And what we're going to do is, I have their bins. You can actually use any kind of nice bin that you buy. I like theirs. And I'm just going to, okay, this is the first time I'm using this one. I'm going to do some, just going to squirt like a good squirt of this product in both of these. And then what we're going to do is take them over to the bathtub, put cold water in each of these, put the dresses in, give them a little bit of an agitation, and then let them sit for 30 minutes. So I'll show you that. So we're going to take the things out of here. They're in their lovely little bags. Let's see how this came out. Here's that pretty Dior dress. Looks great. I know it's the right size still and everything. And then the sweaters are all lovely. One thing, because this is wool, all of these are wool, it's like washing an animal because they came from an animal. So they sort of smell a little funny when you first get them out, but don't let that scare you because as soon as they're dried, they smell terrific and they look really great and they feel super good too. So we're gonna take this now and put them to air dry. Definitely no dryer for any of this stuff that you're doing by hand or in the wash. No dryer. This is a drying rack that's fantastic. If you don't have one, it folds all the way down and you keep it like in a closet, but it is able to handle a lot of clothing. So, and I have these nice plastic hangers as well. So here's what we're gonna do. For the dress and this sweater that is not, this sweater is not the kind of knit that is going to be hurt by being hung up. So this one we're gonna hang up. I hang them up right by the shower, and the dress we're gonna hang up. The sweaters, however, we are going to lay these flat on the rack. So I'm gonna lay them flat like this, put the arms in, and these are gonna turn out so beautiful. Can't wait for you to see. Here's this one. Voila, we are going to let those dry, and by tomorrow they're going to be beautiful. I'm going to brush them a little. I'll show you that when we get them all dried and ready to go. Timer went off. It's been more than 30 minutes, so let's find out what happened to those. So what we're going to do is take them out of the bins and wash them up a little bit. Take a peek here. I think they're going to be fine. There was a little bit of running, but I see that it hasn't gotten on the white. I'm just hoping as we lift it up that it didn't run and that they came out good. But then I have these nice white towels. Now, I only use these towels for this purpose, for washing and drying. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take these out, give them a good wash, and then we're going to lay the towel down on the floor, put the garment on that towel so that it's going to soak up some of the water. We're going to roll it up really tightly, and then it'll be ready to be put here with the other hanging clothes. So let me do that now.
I think it's clear from this episode that my wife is insane.
Everything is hanging up and drying. It's I can see it all turned out really well though. My angst is gone. There is no running that happened in this dress. It's going to be, I think, turn out really nicely. The kimono is definitely going to take a lot of steaming, but again, this one definitely needed it. It had like a moldy smell now. It looks and smells great. What we're going to do is let all of this stuff dry, and it's probably going to take overnight for this and the sweaters to be completely dried, and then tomorrow we'll give them a good steam. I'll show you that, and I'll show you the finished product. Everything has now dried, and it turned out really, really well. I'm going to steam some of my things and show you a couple extra things I'm going to do with the sweaters. So here's my trusty Jiffy steamer, which I really love. I'm getting it all situated here. Put in distilled water. You need to use some distilled water with it. Then I'm going to turn it on right now down here. We'll let it start to steam while I do some of the other things. If you see here, here are those 3 dresses or 3 garments that I did. This is the Christian Dior nice knit. Turned out great. I'm going to give it a little bit of a steam. Here's the kimono, which really turned out well. It smells so nice. I wish you could see how these things smell and feel. They smell really good. This is going to, be a little bit of a challenge to steam, but it's still turned out great. And then I'm so happy with how my little boho dress from the Antique Mall came out. Nothing really ran, and it stayed in the great shape. All of the detailing is still there. So all of these items, I'll show you how I give them just a little steam to make them perfect. While the steamer is going, here are two of those sweaters that I told you about. One here is a cashmere sweater, and then this is just a regular one. It has, I think, a little bit of cashmere in it too. This is a sweater comb, and it's especially one for cashmere and nicer knits. So if you have any pilling, look, I have a little bit of pilling here, you just kind of use this very lightly and go around it, and it'll get rid of all that pilling. It almost like shaves it off. It's really kind of nice. So that's another thing that I do just to get any of the pilling. Sometimes, you know, with older sweaters, you get a lot of pilling, and then it just comes off. You can see right here, nice and gentle with it, and you take that off. This is the Laundress cashmere brush that I also love. This lets you just give it a nice brushing. Remember, these all came from animals, so it brushes it and makes it look beautiful. I also use this sometimes right when I have it on and I'm wearing it if I need to get little pieces off. And I'm going to give this one a little bit of a brush as well. I probably will steam these a tiny bit too, just to make them perfect, and they'll be great. So let's go to the steamer. Steamer is all ready to go. We'll start with this dress first. You always go underneath, under the fabric, and just give it a good little steam all in here. I'll show you all of these when they're completely done, but that's all I'm going to do with this one. Since this is also a knit, I'm going to take it and brush it with my trusty brush, and we'll show you that one at the very end. Then there'll be a big difference with this one. And like I said, I'll work on it a little bit. I won't bore you with the entire thing, and I'll show you the end, but you'll see right away how this is going to start to really. And I have found too, on some of these silks that do take a bit of time to do, sometimes I'll take them to the dry cleaner and just ask the dry cleaner to steam them instead of washing them, but sometimes I don't even trust that. So I will take a little bit of time here and actually steam it and show you at the end, but you can see how all of that's going to come out really well. And then the last piece is this dress, one of my new faves. This will be super easy to steam. Give it just a nice, just get the little rough edges out of it. Steam that all the way under. This one won't take any time at all. So I'm going to mess around with these a little bit, and then I'll show you when they all are done. All finished. I'm really happy with how it all turned out. Going back in for some more gray wearing. This is all steamed now, and I think looks really good. It feels great and nice and soft. It really didn't take that long, not as long as I thought. It went pretty quickly and got all the wrinkles and stuff out. And then the dress is all steamed and brushed and ready for wear, and this is all steamed and ready to go, and the sweaters are all done too. So that is how I wash my dry clean only clothes. I hope you give it a try. I would love to hear in the comments below if you do this too, and any tips, or if you're ready to try it. I'd love to hear about how it turns out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, dress it up a little.